This meeting is being recorded.
Boom! Surprise, surprise.
Right.
What is that thing? What's that GIF that I always hear McGregor doing? Surprise, surprise, the king is back. What is that? We're back.
You got me. All I know is it's Brian's computer that makes that weird noise.
Yeah. What your GIFs make noise, Mike?
My computer just made noise.
I know, but your GIFs, they make noise.
I don't know.
Yes.
Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Entering Milford. Breaking news, folks. It's episode 1 of season 2.
I don't know what number it will be.
I think we're at like number 36, 37 maybe.
I'm in favor of continuing the episode numbers, but changing the season
Yeah,
numbers.
I'm in agreement with you. I think we're probably like episode 37-ish.
Yeah, somewhere around
We've
there.
entered our late 30s. What's the difference between 35 and 40? We're not at 40 yet.
I think it's 36. I'll check.
36. Brian Casey, you're at 36 for not that many more weeks there, buddy, oh buddy.
Yeah, 36 for a 2.5 more months.
That's right. That's right. So we got a skeleton crew today. DeVito is scouting youth hockey for his next AAU team, so he couldn't join us. This is Mike. Alongside of me, as always, Brian Casey. Case, what's going on, buddy?
Good to be here.
And Slim Down Pete DeLuca. How's high school treating you there, buddy?
Yeah, no beer. We were on episode 35. Our episode, it was 34 last time.
So this is episode 35.
Mhm.
Any famous athletes you want to honor this episode with?
Man, all I can think of is Patrick Pass. Why can't I think of any other good thing?
That's the first thing that popped up to me too, Pete.
Patrick Pass. I was like, what number was Schilling? Was Schilling 35?
Nah, he's
I feel
38.
like Schilling got canceled.
Yeah,
I'll go
30.
Patrick Pass. Did you know Patrick Pass probably caught passes from Tom Brady? That's how long Tom Brady's been in the NFL.
Wow. Yeah, I think he has. I think he made the infographic.
Did
Good
you guys
segue.
see, it might have been us texting it to each other, but the
Kevin
graphic of
Durant.
Tom Brady's touchdown passes?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the infographic I sent around.
I can't believe Mike Evans is 4th all-time in Brady touchdowns.
Yeah, 2 years.
Insanity.
I know that Gronkowski had a big edge on him, but that was ridiculous.
That
It was
was-
double the size. That
Yeah.
was
Insane.
unbelievable.
I mean, think
Well-
about how many good wide receivers he had, like that stayed around long enough to catch that many passes. Like,
True.
I love that Vrabel has Ted too. That was the funniest thing that Casey pointed out. I was like,
that's the only thing I look for.
The guy
and
I was
like,
surprised. The guy I was surprised didn't have that many was Troy Brown. But I guess if you look at like Brady's statistics, he didn't throw that many touchdowns in his first few years.
yeah.
Yeah, when they were good, like Troy Brown was actually playing defensive back more than he was probably playing wide receiver when they win those championships. There was there was offensive lineman on there too, Pete, that caught like a handful. Who was
Yeah,
that?
Conley caught one or something like that.
Yeah.
I remember that was like 2011. Do you guys? I get a trivia for you. Do you remember Tom Brady's first ever touchdown pass? Who it was to?
Ooh.
It's a weird one. So I mean, you'll get it. You'll be like, "That's crazy," but it's a weird one.
What position?
2001.
It was a receiver. It wasn't Patton?
He did want to play for the team. He did want to play for the team. It was Terry Glenn.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Terry Glenn caught the first Tom Brady touchdown pass. How crazy is that? It was his one game that he played that season, and he caught the touchdown pass, and that was it. It was against the Chargers.
Oh, I feel like you would have liked Terry Glenn if he was playing now, Pete.
Yeah, he seems like my kind of guy. Ohio State, right? No,
Yeah.
I like that.
I always liked Terry Glenn when they had him. I liked him.
I was a big Terry Glenn guy.
Remember Parcells used to call him a girl?
All the time.
You can't do that now. Like he would have been. He used to say she had a great game. Oh my god, it was terrible.
There's a lot of things that Parcells says that you probably can't say nowadays.
Can't say that anymore in coaching. Huh?
Well, we've come a long way for what Bill Parcells can say on the sideline. We've come a long way from the season. So the season continues to be gone. Great picture of our champion Jeff Innes with what I was hoping was his fiance, but I zoomed
Dear
in. No
God,
ring.
it better be. It's
No
gonna be my
ring.
fiance.
No ring. No ring. But I did notice. I think Jeff had new skinny jeans that were ripped a bit, and he bought those instead of buying an engagement ring.
That's why I took it. Like I have I do this with my college friends too. Like if you put up something on like social media that I can use as ammo, I have like a folder on my phone of photos that I save of guys.
That's weird.
Like, it's just a thing, you know. I mean, what else you gonna do? You married, you got kids,
If-
Not that. How about that? Not that case.
No. Jeff is not insulted by that picture. That picture's fire.
What was he going to? Is it like some sort of like blackout party? And if it was he trying to get away with wearing like a dark blue undershirt under his black bubble vest?
You've analyzed this picture so much more than I have, Case. I just
Bro.
thought he had skinny jeans on. Hold on,
I didn't even notice Jeff in the picture. I don't know what you guys are looking at. Jeez.
Fair point.
Oh, actually, I said he's wearing skinny jeans. He actually might just be wearing sweatpants. Sorry about that, Jeff.
Whatever.
Why is his sweatpants so tight?
She can stay, whatever her name is.
Well, she's not going to stay with Jeff because he's still not buying her a ring.
I know. All right.
So, Pete, let's get to it. We got you on the docket tonight. We got a preview of the spring. We've got a couple rules we want to bring up again, just so we can really start tracking down. And then the other thing I want to talk about that I don't know if you have on there is if we're going to do an in-person draft, I want to start landing down. If we're going to do that, where we're going to do that so people can start making some decisions.
Okay. What would you like to go over first?
Your stuff.
Okay, we're gonna start by going over the voting period. That's what comes up. For those of you that are new to the league or don't pay attention, what happens on February 1st of every year is we open the floor to you to make suggestions for the league coming up. Nothing's like in stone or in concrete or whatever is solid. But basically what you got to do is you write to me. You can write privately if you want. They're anonymous questions. It doesn't really matter. In the past, we had it was important if we were anonymous. I don't know why, but write to me, and at whatever question you want, we put it on the thing. I kind of work with you to phrase it as a yes or no question, and then whatever the majority is gets passed. What that means is we talk about it again at the spring meeting, and we make sure that everyone's cool with it before we pass it. We have passed things before that did not pass at the spring meeting. So
wait a second, say that again. So we do
the entire poll through the so right now we're collecting questions through February. Okay.
So between now and the end of the month, we will have question collections and
Yeah.
clarifications with you.
Yeah, I'm in no rush. We're in no rush.
March 1st, we will release the doodle.
A survey monkey.
Survey monkey, right? Survey monkey. Doodles for the scheduling.
Yes.
And then we'll all vote on the survey monkey.
Yep.
And then are you going to announce the results live at the spring meeting?
I usually do it at the spring meeting. Yeah.
Nice.
And we also need to talk about how we want to do the draft lottery. So we have to figure out that at some point. We can figure out that live.
Okay. Do you have? Go ahead, Case. Go ahead.
No, funny point. Looking ahead, my wife's got some work stuff coming up the same night as the spring meeting. So we have like a family calendar, and I put on their fantasy spring meeting.
No touching.
She asked me if that was something that she needs to move her work stuff around. I was like, yes, I actually 100% need to be on that.
You said
call.
yes. You did ask her to move her work over for that night.
That's
I told
amazing.
her, be aware of it. Be aware of it when you're scheduling stuff.
Just be like, listen, I need that day. What day do you have? Just to make sure I'm on the right one.
Yeah. What is the date? The Wednesday, right?
It's
The Wednesday.
Steve Austin, 316.
We played that day.
March Madness. I'm ready.
All
We
right.
play that day.
I'm
so I
getting a
have to rush
vasectomy this year, so.
All right. The Wednesday before March Madness kicks off every single year. Okay. You guys, I looked up real quick some of the funny things that passed in every single year. Do you guys want to hear that?
Oh yeah. I can't imagine. I feel like recently, Pete, the best one we had was, you may have it on this, so sorry if I spoiled it, is when we passed the playoffs going from 4 to 6 momentarily, and then Greeny gave a case for why it should go back to 4. And you were like, Kevin, you voted for 6. Would you like to change your vote?
There's been some interesting ones, and there's been a lot of stuff that that gets voted down that gets passed the next year, which is bizarre.
Oh wait, Pete, one other thing just to clarify.
Yeah.
In order for something to pass,
Mhm.
it needs a majority of votes. So
Yeah.
if everyone votes, it needs 6 votes. If someone doesn't vote, it can pass with 5 votes.
Yes. So we have a total number of people that vote to every year. Like in 2017, we only had 5 people that voted. So things passed with 3 votes. It was very annoying. I don't know, but we did it. So excuse me. So 2016, we had 9 people take the survey.
Have we ever had 10 people do the survey?
Well, yeah, multiple times.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Um,
Thanks, Ange.
Thanks for paying attention, Andy. Continue to have a lottery passed, eliminate the kicker past that year, name a permanent commissioner past that year. Giving out weekly boom bonuses didn't pass 6-3.
Wow.
Yeah,
Do you know who voted for and who voted against? You have that, Jeff?
I could dig it out. Remember, I told you it does it by IP addresses, which
All
does
right.
it by cities, and I could figure it out, but it's kind of annoying. Pay the regular season champ.
It's like Supreme
Everything.
Court. It's like Supreme Court justices dissent 8-1. Casey
And then
8-1.
2016, Christian should receive an asterisk past 5-4.
It's like you think you submit a secret vote, then Pete hunts you down for your IP address, figure out where you're voting from.
All right. So 2017, only 5 people took it. And honestly, everything passed unanimously. So nothing really changed. 2018 was the year that we removed the defenses.
Yes.
Individual team players didn't pass, but it was 5-5. So that was pretty close. Yeah, we were interested in it. Lower the number of league spots didn't pass. Eliminate flex rosters never passes. It always gets destroyed, like 9-1 or 8-2.
Love it. That's never going to go back up. It's the best part of this league.
And that was pretty much it. Then so 2018, we voted, should we update the scoring system? It didn't pass, 6-4. And then the next year, should we update the scoring system, pass 7-1? So I have no idea what happened somewhere in there. In 2019, we tried to vote again to have the winner take all the money back, and that didn't vote. Flex rosters again got shut down. Nothing really cool in 2019. Is this good? This guy working for you? Is this boring? Okay, cool.
Love it. It's kind of cool.
2020 is another year where all 10 of us took it.
And Pete, do we think with 2020 we would have voted? This is like the week before COVID.
Yeah, I remember when we did that spring meeting, we were all kind of talking about what was going on, who was shutting down, and all that kind of stuff. It was during that time.
I have no recollection of that ever happening.
Well, 2010 is notable because that's the year that we passed the half-point PPR.
2020.
Sorry, that was the year that we passed the half-point PPR. We passed boom bonuses by a 5-5 vote, which was interesting. So no one's ever really been thrilled.
Some people tried to get rid of boom bonuses.
Well, no, this was the first year that we approved it. So it was 5-5, and then we discussed it in the spring meeting and we passed it.
Oh, we swung someone.
But it got voted down 2 years ago, and then it barely passed. So boom bonuses were not liked for a long time.
Wow.
And then the big thing was bring back defenses got squashed and have 6 playoff teams got squashed.
That was the debate. I remember that being the debate that year.
Yeah. And so then last year, the most recent one, just so you guys know, we had the keepers at 10 passed. Adding another flex spot didn't pass, although adding a super flex spot with a quarterback did pass. So it doesn't make any sense. Bringing back defenses was no, and moving the Super Bowl if the NFL adds another week passed, and we obviously did that. So there are some immediate changes that can happen to the league. Obviously, everything is a discussion, but you bring it up, and then honestly, there's a competitive balance that we need to strike here with what rules get passed. So things will get implemented within seasons or 2 if there are big changes. So that's kind of the overview for Lloyd and probably Andy and probably Breen. But that's kind of what we're doing for the next month. So submit questions via email.
Pete, if anybody wants to defend their point, should we have an open debate period before the spring meeting or save that for the spring meeting?
Defend what point?
Like, let's say Case has some idea, like whatever. And Case does he just put it out there and we vote? And then if it's close, Case can take the stand at the spring meeting?
Yeah. I mean, within reason, I'll still talk to Case about that, about like, what are we really voting on here? I don't want to make a mockery of this whole thing, but like, we'll kind of talk and figure out like, what's the best situation. And yeah, we'll put the majority of them to a league vote. Why not?
Like if something's 5-5 or 6-4, we're saying, and that person who put it up feels strongly, we'll give them the floor at the spring meeting and they can defend their points, the counterpoints, and we can re-vote live, which is what happened essentially to the playoff team thing too.
Yep. And it's nice to kind of be like, when you see things that pass like 7-2 or like things that we just don't even really need to talk about. We're like, oh, is that cool? Yep. Okay, cool. So it's more of that than anything else.
And do we have a quota? Like how many, we don't care how many questions we have.
No, some years we've had 5, some years we have 2, not 2. Some years we've had 12.
I love those years.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 questions right now for this year.
So we've gone through this a couple of times. Can we just go over those questions? Because there might be a need to even squash those questions before
we. Yeah. So I had individual defensive players, which we squashed before because Casey said I brought it up. I don't want to do it anymore. But it did pass 5-5, or it almost passed 5-5 last time. If you guys want,
does the rule need a sponsor? I feel like in order for a rule to go to vote, it needs a rule sponsor.
We could put sponsorships on the survey monkey
Love it.
logos.
No. Don't do it because then people will
Person needs to sponsor it.
as long no don't do it on the
Hey,
poll.
Case, thanks for chiming in. You here?
Don't do it on the poll because like if D'Adarian sponsors a bill, he's like the Ted Cruz of the league. No one's gonna go on board. But it could be a good bill on the merits. I'm saying on your side of things, just make sure someone had sponsored. So like the individual defense, I think was a Case sponsor.
Okay.
I withdrew that earlier this year, though.
That's
Yeah.
I think that's no vote. No
Mike,
one
that's
bringing that
a
to the
good
floor.
point. 'Cause I think there's a lot of emotional swings in the votes in this thing. That's why things go from 6-4 to
Great.
8-2 next year.
And I think the entire bill sponsors at the moment was me, Case, and you. So it's like
All right, so we'll get rid of defensive players. Okay, so I want to have bonuses for Beast of the Week,
Yep.
for longest play of the week. I want to ask if you're interested in playing Survivor from weeks 1 to 10. Excuse me, first beer in a while. Quarterback scoring. My voice is cracking. Mike, you asked about quarterback scoring. Do you want to do that again or no?
I don't know how I want to phrase that, but
All
I'll
it says
send
is-
you something. I'm going to sponsor the bill. I'll send you something.
All it says is, should quarterback scoring be adjusted? Yes or no? 7 say yeah, and then you take the floor in the spring meeting.
All
And
right.
you say no.
I'll sponsor that bill.
All right. In favor.
How are you gonna phrase the extra bonuses?
Are you interested in adding a Beast of the Week bonus? Are you interested in adding a Going Deep bonus?
Oh, you're gonna do individual line items.
Are you interested in playing Survivor from weeks 1 to 10?
Got it. And then what if only one of them passes? Then we just do one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
A caveat to that, Pete, is that it with additional funds or with our current pool of money?
Another topic that we're going to bring up. So we need to not only so this is it's kind of like politics. You pass on you vote on things to pass now and you worry about the budget later. So we have 3,000 and we can kind of divide that up once everything is settled. But I do kind of think it's kind of pointless to divide up the money now when we don't know what's being decided yet,
Fair point. Fair point.
So increasing the boom bonus to $100 a week. Should the winner of the consolation bracket get the first overall pick?
Love that one.
Which I also want to talk about. And should we increase the number of playoff teams, which gets shot down every single year, but somebody brought it up.
I'm contemplating emailing like the head developer at Yahoo. I don't want 6 teams.
Yeah.
I want 5.
Yeah, we can't though. It's annoying.
Let's caveat and put, if the Yahoo developers will allow us 5 playoff teams, would you like 5 playoff teams?
Here's something that I've kind of flirted with in my head about the consolation bracket winner.
Yeah.
Hang with me on this one. If it passes, that'd be great. So I'm kind of influencing the vote here, but I want to talk about this in the spring. Not only does the consolation winner, everybody in the bracket is still playing, right? Everything's good. You have all the drafts. Everything's fine. Whatever. Everything. The draft is set like normal. The winner of the consolation bracket. So let's say this year, Lloyd has the number 1 pick, right? Everything's good. The winner of the consolation bracket gets a golden ticket pick. It goes you can pick whenever you want that pick. You can do it at the very first overall. You can take it 3 or 4 later. But
Like money in the bank. It's a money in the bank pick.
You have a golden ticket pick now because you won the constellation that you can pick wherever, whenever you want in the draft once. You can trade it. You can hold on to it. You can do whatever you want. But I like that it's like an automatic steal for winning.
But why wouldn't it always be the first pick?
I don't know. Maybe you want to take it personal on somebody.
Maybe you already have the first pick.
True, it could be that. You already have the first pick. I like that.
Maybe
I
you think Gus Edwards is going second overall.
Yeah, you want to snipe him later.
So anyway, the way I get things, the way I like to associate things is naming a Beast of the Week, Going Deep, the boom bonus. This would be the golden ticket pick, and that's what I'm kind of going with for that. Anyway,
Marketing.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Another one I want to propose that we talked about. Do you want me to email it to you or am I tell it to you?
I say it. Yeah, I'll write it down.
Is the one where if a tiebreaker for the playoffs.
Oh, so I looked into this. We can't do it. And
Wait. Can't we just edit who makes the playoffs?
No, you can edit seedings of who's in the playoffs, but you can't edit who's in it.
I don't know if that's right. Only because the other league that I'm in with DeVito, this is what we're talking about. I finished in 6th place in that league, but the guy in 7th had more points. And in that league, the last playoff spot is the highest points of the bottom, and he got moved into 6th. And do you want me to talk to the guy who runs that league about how he does it? I'm telling you, it's possible.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know.
Let me talk to him. Let me talk
Ask
to
me
that.
how he does it, because I would love to do it. But when I started looking into it, Mike, I couldn't figure out how to do it, so I took it off the list.
All right. Keep that one on there, and
We'll add it.
I'll talk to Cohen.
I will add it.
And that's a tiebreaker, Mike, to clarify, right? It's a tiebreaker.
Correct. So that
Okay.
would have been like, I don't even remember the scenarios, but let's just say this past year, Innis finished 9-6 and Breen finished 9-6.
Yeah.
If Breen and Innis played once and Breen had beaten him, Breen would be in. It would trump the points head to head. Got to win week to week.
And then if they went 1-1 in like
Then
a
you go to
2-game
points.
split,
Then you go to
then
points.
go to points.
Then you go to points.
I like that.
You're saying the layers of tiebreaker. You're setting the
Correct.
priority of the
Correct.
tiebreaker.
Number one priority is your head-to-head matchup with that person.
So it
Always
emphasizes
is. Always
winning.
is.
Yeah, you got to win.
Got to
And then
win.
we have the boom bonus to emphasize the points, so it would work out. We gotta
Win. And then it's like, what are you gonna? Who's the guy who always like scores 300 points against the basement teams? Like that's no fun. Running up the score. Got to beat the teams that matter.
me. So that's all I have for the voting. That's basically it. Similar to what you just did. Hit me up with what you want to do, and I'll add it to the list. And when it comes out on March 1st, you're gonna get a Survey Monkey and probably another podcast, and we're gonna go from there.
Dig it.
Oh, so how do you want to do the lottery? Here are my two options.
Let's hear it.
We do it live on the air while you guys sit there and drink and do whatever, and I pull ping pong balls one after another. Or
How long does that take, Pete?
usually it's taken me as short as 5 minutes before. It's taken me as long as 45 minutes before.
Wait,
Yeah, I know.
Why?
Dedication to the league, like,
No, but
Did you
how is it? What's the
did you
difference? I don't
spill some
understand why it
balls?
would take 40 minutes difference.
because you're pulling out ping pong ball combinations, right? And so if, let's say, Ross had the first overall pick and Ross got picked, everything after that, wow, nice one, Mike. Everything after that,
See you in the mirror,
Um,
too. You got a mirror
but-
back there. You got a mirror back there, too. I just saw it.
yeah, I got double. It looked like Joe shooting it. So think about it. If you pull Ross's pick and you continue to pull Ross's picks, you get unlucky. You keep pulling. You can't count those because sometimes I get unlucky with the numbers I'm picking, and I hit a cold streak, and I hit Ross like 17 times after he's already been picked. So sometimes it works out really well. Sometimes it doesn't. So
Okay. What's the other alternative? Do it before and release it live?
yeah,
I'd do that.
I'll pre-record it, and then we kind of just go over it. I could show you the video as we're doing it, and
No, I say you just release it in reverse order.
Well, I have a follow-up question, Pete, because I think it's only been like you and your wife case, like witnessing this. Is there some suspense that people would want to be a part of, or is it just
Well,
monotonous?
it kind of loses the suspense case because once he pulls it, you know who the first pick is right away.
so
Right,
that
but you have the
that would be
other
the
lucky
only
picks after that.
that would be the only suspenseful part, was that I pull out the first one and I would be like 5, 6, 2, 4, 8. That number is Lloyd. You get the first overall pick. That would be as suspenseful as it will
Well,
get.
the other thing too, we could potentially do, Pete, is you just do the first pick live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then we'll mute you. We'll talk forever. Then you
No,
come
then
back.
you'll
when you're
just be
done.
like, hey guys, I'll do the rest of it later.
Okay, we could do that.
Oh, that's another way of doing it.
We could do that.
But I feel like once you know the first pick, you want to know who's got 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I could also just record it, and we could go right down the entire list with like the names and the envelopes, so we can pull them out. Like, what do we? I love doing that. Yeah.
All right.
CJ loves doing that. Big fan of me pulling names out of envelopes. Yeah, CJ Spades, he loves it.
I can see
CJ,
that.
come. He's got to come on the
He'll come on for
podcast.
that one. He'll come on for that one.
Hey,
I
by the
remember-
way, we missed a prime opportunity, by the way. We should have done a 10-person Royal Rumble pool this past weekend. Like the good old days.
Anybody in it? I don't know anybody in it.
I watched it because it was on Peacock. If you have Peacock, and I have Peacock because I probably own every streaming service. I didn't know a single guy who came out into the Royal Rumble until like the 23rd person.
Yeah, no idea.
I
Sad.
don't know anybody.
Sad.
Wrestling was so much better when you were younger and didn't really know what was really going on.
Oh,
You know,
I feel like they don't have gimmicks anymore. They're all just shaved men. It's like, you know, you know what I mean? Like
It's
they're
too
just
politically correct. Wrestling's gone way too politically
they're
correct.
just their names now. It's like they're not interesting.
All
yeah,
right.
that's true.
Anything else? B, you got anything else?
No.
Case,
No,
you
good.
were quieter tonight. You got anything you want to add? Any rules you're gonna put on the table?
It's Pete's show, baby. You know,
Any rules you're gonna put on the table?
I'll think about it.
You're lucky I like you and Steve so much because, man, this podcast would go really good with me and Mike and a special guest every week.
Yeah.
Do you think Lloyd's going to propose a rule? I hope he does.
I'm
Yeah,
going to see what his rule would be. What would his rule be? Like, you're the new guy.
We're
Dude,
also
do you have any record of who proposes the most rules?
me. Because for
Yeah,
for a lot of times, no one cares. No one ever says
He
anything.
stuffs the ballot box. He stuffs the ballot box.
No, I'll just write like, do you guys like a flex system? Do you want this to change? Do you want that to
Whose
change?
idea was Superflex?
What's that?
Who's Superflex? Whose idea was Superflex?
I think you wanted it. It was quarterback, wide receiver, running back, tight end position, and Yahoo allows it. We could do it.
Not super.
I was
not
for it.
Superflex. Not Superflex. All flex.
Yeah.
Like, who was the first person who's like, positions is stupid? Let's do positionless.
It was in 2014. It's before my time. So whoever won it in 13 made the decision. So let me check. Hold on.
It's the best thing we've ever done. I've
best
tried to
thing
get
we've ever
other
done.
leagues to do it that I've been a part of because trying to play a tight end sucks.
You think 2013, Pete?
Ennis, yeah.
Ennis.
So
No way Ennis imposed that though. Somebody else
he
put it up.
made the change.
I don't think Ennis proposed that rule.
No,
No.
he was just the commissioner when it went through.
That guy was just holding the chair. He wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, I forget. I think Christian might have done it. I don't know. I
Like a
forget.
Gagarin thing.
Yeah, I think he might have said it.
I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
look it up. As this thing buffers, I'm gonna try to find it. I haven't done a good old league email refresh, so I'll go dig around the emails and see what I can pull up for next pod.
I like the new man room. I like that you have now just settled into
Thanks.
just becoming me.
It's the best. The best. I just
Casey got exiled from his man room. What happened? You're never going back?
What, downstairs?
Yeah.
Well, we pod every Tuesday basically, and that's when my mother's down here, and she stays downstairs.
She's in the pod studio? Oh,
What's
my
she
God.
reading? What's she reading on the Kindle tonight?
Our pod studio is like literally a desk in our basement with all of our storage stuff and a bed. So,
Case, what's your mom
Have your
reading?
mother sleep there?
it's a nice bed. It's a queen. It's a
Casey,
queen bed.
what is your mom reading? The audience wants to know.
Sorry.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh,
It's 10:30. She's probably been asleep for 2 hours.
She's a gem, that woman.
jam that, Diane Casey.
She's
Thanks,
a gem.
Diane.
She's a
All right.
gem. She's
It went a
great.
little longer than 20 minutes, guys. It was great to be back together.
It was nice.
All right. So get your suggestions into DeLuca.
March
we got a
1st.
month. We got a month till it goes. Get your debating shoes on. The Freedom Caucus and Christian Dadarian will be proposing rules that no one wants to vote for. I look forward to seeing those rules.
Your rules should be what's best for the league in its entirety, not just self-serving interests. Remember that.
Really?
I mean, there's
Probably some self-serving interests. but-
there's a lot of layers that need to go through to get a rule approved. So it's not like you're gonna be like anyone named Derrick Henry wins the league. There's a lot of layers.
Do you think we'll have a proposal for 8 keepers again?
I don't know, maybe. It's interesting because you got to vote on pre-draft keepers and post-draft keepers. There's a lot of different levels to it. It's hard to get it down to 10 or whatever it is now. I think it's
Pete, if you really feel like going through it, I'd love to see if anyone is just a total no voter every time, like just refuses rule changes.
I think after the asterisk question, Christian refused to do it for like 2 or 3 years. So I think it might be him.
I believe he's going to be back this year. Come on, Darren. I believe in you, buddy.
Okay. And then the last thing, I do want to have a live draft. I am planning on it. I will plan on that if you would like. I look at the dates in August. I know a lot of them are around DeVito's anniversary. So
I feel like he's got like 6. He's got a week anniversary.
His anniversaries every year. It's like 4 weeks long. Well, Pete,
his life,
what's
it's
the
a
date?
full-on celebration. What?
Pete, why don't we do this? What's the date that we talked about? I think that's the right date. That Saturday. And then like, let's just, when we spring meet, like, can folks just come if they want to do live? And then when we're together, we can just figure out where to do it.
Yes. I think the date that we looked at was like August 30th or 31st, which is the last, like it's Tuesday and Wednesday in August.
Tuesday night. My kids are at school. I can't do that day. My kids. That's
All right, then whatever. I mean, it's the week. Okay.
No, do the weekend. Do the weekend.
Well, something to think about. Because everyone usually is in multiple leagues, right? So some is like, how early are we willing to draft versus maybe some of the leagues that some of the guys are in? You know what I mean?
I don't care about you and other people's leagues. This is the most important league you should be in.
I thought we said the 20. I honestly thought we said the 20th, Pete.
The 20th, 19th, 20th, 21st. Okay, sounds great to me. Okay, so lock that in tentatively right now, and we'll discuss it further.
And we'll talk about it next week, next month.
All right. Sound good? I
You
am
do your
one.
kid's first day of school. That's dedication, Pete. You know that?
I am 1000% going to this live draft. I will tell you right now. I will be there. Maybe a week long vacation. I have gotten the green light and the hall pass. We're doing it.
Get yourself ready, Jeff. He's
We're
coming
doing
for you, buddy.
Jeff, bring it. My other single friend. Let's do.
All right, for Pete, for Brian, I'm Mike. Get your questions in, get your rules in. See you guys next month. Miss you, Steve.